Good morning. Welcome back to Green Heart Glowing. I'm back. I took a couple of months off because I just needed to get a bit of rest and clarity with my move that I just did between apartments, blah, blah, blah. Feeling much more grounded, settled, clear, like I'm able to actually go back into the energy without it feeling overwhelming for me. So my name's Kara, and I'm going to be doing an energy reading for the week of the 2nd through the 8th of August. Happy August. Happy summer. I haven't done a video since, I think, before the summer. So here we go. Let's start with an angel card to open up the energy. Commitment. That's funny because I'm recommitting to this channel, and this is such a soul path for me that I think so often when things get overwhelming, the first thing to go tends to be these very sacred practices. I don't know if you guys have that same experience, but sort of like you're just doing the basics to get through and survive. And when these types of things, whatever they are for you, obviously not maybe making a YouTube channel and talking about the energy and the astrology and things like that, but whatever it is for you, that kind of slips, maybe right now is a good time to be recommitting to those things. And let's pull Nature's Whispers card. For those of you who are here from the start, just wanted to update you and let you know that Stormy is doing really well. I know I had shared about her going through some health issues and stuff, and she has been just doing amazing. I'm so relieved. We've been going camping and stuff and just recharging the soul, recommitting to the soul path. Like, that feels like the most important thing to be doing right now is what are those things in you that feel more important than anything else going on, but that you pay so little attention to. But those things are the things that make everything else better. They make everything else feel more connected. You're more able to connect into your intuition and divine knowing and find the path and feel like you're not alone. Because when I'm not focusing on intentionally connecting with source and with spirit and doing things like this that really help me slow down, I can feel how imbalanced I become and my anxiety gets worse. And so, we've been going camping as a way to force a slowdown, force a reset, and that helped me go back into, this is what's important. This is what matters to me the most out of anything. So here I am. Be spontaneous. Go camping. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna read that card. I want you to just, whatever came up for you when you saw that card, that is what the card is wanting you to focus on. That's what I love about oracle cards. Anytime you see something come out of the deck, you have an immediate hit of some kind. You have a realization, of something that's there waiting for you to sort of put a light on it. So whatever came up for you when I pulled that card, that's your meaning. And I think I just hit my microphone. Okay, I do want to share about astrology a little bit that's coming up this week, only in terms of the intensity, like the days that are going to be the higher intensity days for the week astrologically speaking, which are going to be the 3rd and the 6th. And the reasons for that is the 3rd is when Chiron goes retrograde in Taurus. And on the 6th, we have Venus entering Libra and the Sun in Leo trining Saturn in Aries, and Saturn is retrograde. So what does all of that mean? I don't want to do like too much breaking down of each transit. Like I'm going to start actually sharing more quick possible like shorts and things like that. And I also do have an Instagram account I've created for this channel to be able to share on my story and things like that when I want to dive a little bit deeper into the astrology. But I will say that Chiron, what I'm feeling the strongest right now, there's so many transits happening. We just had the nodes switch. We just had Saturn going retrograde. Like we are in this brand new sort of season of astrology. But I am really tuned in right now to the Chiron retrograde in Taurus coming up, which I think has a lot of influence on everything that we're doing, all the choices that we're making, because Chiron is the wound. Chiron is the deep inner child work that you're doing to keep kind of helping your soul evolve and keep making those, hopefully, progressive steps towards healing and releasing. And Chiron in Taurus is a lot to do with feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling stable. And this message in me that keeps coming up about it is right now it seems to be like, where are you addicted to chaos? Where are you chasing adrenaline? Where are you seeking dopamine hit after dopamine hit? Where are you actually feeling like the inconsistency and the instability and the feeling of like, you never really know what's going to happen, being worried, being vigilant, keeping you almost like an addictive pattern to the person, thing, whatever, that brought up for you when you think about it. Even your phone, I guess, being a huge source of dopamine. Just what are those things that feel like we all seek safety, we all seek security and to feel stable and grounded in our energy. Taurus wants that grounded, rooted feeling of safe, secure home, the place that's not going to keep moving and shifting and making you guess and making you wonder and keeping you on eggshells. We want to be able to go home, whatever that represents, and rest and deeply rest. And a lot of times what happens for people is they crave that, they desire that, but when they get a taste of it, when they kind of step out of the pattern of chaos and they realize like how wrapped up, that they've been in the chaotic pattern, let's say, and how normal the chaotic pattern feels, that when things slow down and they actually start resting, that can feel like the threatening thing. That can feel like the thing that they need to then immediately move away from, even if that is the thing that's going to help bring them more ease and comfort and a sense of peace. But first, you have to, when you slow down, all the stuff that you've been wildly running in circles around so that you don't have to face the feelings that are wanting to come up for you to face, those all come up. And in order to feel safe, a lot of times what people will do is, instead of, okay, now I'm going to actually sit and be with this, now I'm going to actually feel this, let it process through and help me integrate it, instead their immediate response is to go back to the chaos, disorder, dysregulation, because at least in some way there was a sense of control there. At least there was a sense, even if it was an illusion, of familiarity, of home, of family, of comfort, right? So all of those themes right now with Chiron going retrograde in Taurus on the 3rd are very up front and sort of being really like lit up in our emotional bodies and our wounding experiences from childhood and from all of those places where we picked up, the traumatic patterns that brought us into who we are today, and hopefully brought us into being able to look and heal those parts, and then carry that forward to help other people that are in similar situations. Chiron is the wounded healer. You take the poison, you drink the poison, and you turn it into medicine for other people. And so that's the prompting of this Chiron retrograde. Chiron will be retrograde in Taurus until September 17th, when Chiron will then back up into Aries, and that'll kind of bring up a whole nother set of wounding things that we can talk about, closer to that time. So I'll say for me, that sounds like and feels the strongest of the current energies that are happening, as well as Saturn being retrograde just in general is such a, take a serious look. Stop fucking around, stop all the shit you're doing, not to swear twice, but just stop running away from yourself, stop running away from the feelings. Let's get serious. Let's be real. Let's face the truth. Let's face ourselves, and let's fully commit to, what? I know that this was all me being addicted to chaos and creating these patterns and doing all of this. I'm ready to commit to what does the next part of me need? What does the next part of who I want to become and what I want my life to look like? What kind of structure does that require for me to step into that life? And that takes a serious, honest look at yourself. Pema Chodron says, although it is embarrassing and painful, it is very healing to stop hiding from yourself. And so take whatever you need to take from that lesson, that's kind of coming through for me right now. We also have Venus entering Libra, which I think is going to also bring a bit more of a harmonious heart centering that will be a space to open to the heart, because Venus has been in Virgo, and Virgo is very analytical. Virgo is very sort of acts of service, show me the receipts, observing behavior versus sort of dropping into the heart, feeling, sensing, and Venus is at home in Libra, so that's a very a comfortable place for the heart to rest and to breathe and to kind of explore what these maybe bigger wounds are starting to surface from Chiron going retrograde. So that's the main astrology for this week, the main energies that are coming up via the planets. And we will also then be leading into eclipse season, which our first eclipse will be happening next week. I'll talk more about that in the next week's video. But yeah, I think that what I want to do is just also briefly mention and offer the new services that I am feeling more called to share. Before I was kind of not 100% sure if I wanted to go ahead and start doing astrology readings for people, but I've gotten really clear on what I feel the most alive and inspired by. So I have two offerings. One is just an intuitive energy reading, not just an intuitive energy reading, but it is an intuitive energy reading that doesn't require me to look into your natal chart. So it's a one-on-one session where we can go through the energies that are coming up in your life and the themes that are playing out. And I can just work with you based on that alone, which is what I've been offering. And I love doing that. So that's something that I'm going to continue doing. And then the other offering that I have brought in that's brand new is I'm going to be doing intuitive astrology readings. So basically it is an intuitive energy reading, but I will also be asking for your natal chart birth details so that I can look at your natal chart and get a clearer sense of what's happening right in that present moment when we're having that session together. and let you know, here are some of the transits you're working through, and have more of that kind of map, that support from the sky to see like where you at exactly on that sort of path as well, which is very, very helpful, I think, for people who are interested in astrology. But if you're not interested in astrology, in terms of like wanting to connect, there is that other option as well. So those are in my bio, and you can feel free to take a look at those. And then before we go, I'm going to pull one more card to wrap up. And then I'll also have my Instagram linked in my bio as well. I think it's actually in YouTube. It's like the About Me section. But I'm just getting started with that. So I kind of want to feel out Instagram more so than anything, because Instagram, I don't actually like that platform. It's changed so much that it feels like kind of overwhelming for me, to be honest. But it might be a good place to be able to share more like shorts and things like that. So if you're interested, and if you like Instagram and stuff, I do have that going. It's just Green Heart Glowing, and it's also linked in my bio. Okay, let's get the last card. And this is my Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Okay, that one. Okay. Milk and Honey. Card number 51. The Be Spontaneous card was number 31. If numbers are, your language. I know a lot of people are really into numerology as well, so I like to call out the number of the card. And let's go to 51. Okay, the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. You've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Ah, that's nice. All right. Well, thank you for still being here. Welcome to any of you who are new. And I will see you guys next week, back on track with a new energy reading. Have a great week.